that 5 or 6 seconds. It was pretty good.
There are some moments where you just know, like, these girls are so close to making out, and if they were to do that, it would totally change how you feel about the movie. Yeah. It's like, wow, I thought it sucked up until now, but now I'm into it. Okay, let's go for it.
It could have been a love story if that's how it had ended.
Yeah. I mean, they wanted to get married so bad, they just marry each other.
Yeah. See, that's the kind of movie I'm talking about right there. This movie would have went two ways. I mean, one is like the guys would have said, these bitches are crazy. Let's go to the strip joint and hang out and go get some real bitches. Or let's run off with each other. Try la 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 la. Or Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson, they're so aggressive to each other because they just really want to make out that bad with each other.
Well, the problem though is I don't know any lesbians this shallow.
I mean, really, it is the kind of movie where, like, I go, like, man, we really need to have Edie back to kind of explain some of this to us.
No. I don't think translation is needed. I think
we understand.
Yeah, there's sometimes where you watch a bad movie in Chinese and you don't need to hear what they're saying. You get it, and this is that kind of movie. I loathe this movie. This is one of those that could possibly stick around for the bottom 10 list next year. It is that kind of awful. Giving this some old bullshit is exactly what this merits. This is probably the worst thing you could see in a theater right now.
Now, we saw some really bad trailers before this movie, so I don't think this is going to make the top 10. Sadly, I don't think it's going to make the top.
It's
the
just
bottom
the
10.
beginning.
Yeah. And it's one of the first movies we've seen in January, and it's some old bullshit. And it's always this way. We're always like, oh, God. We just got off Oscar season. He's saying all these great movies, and now here's whatever the fuck this piece of shit was called. And we're just like, oh, God, it's the worst movie ever made. No, it won't even be close.
I don't know.
Got 2 more months of this crap.
Last year, my bottom 10 list, which I'll be posting here very shortly, has 4 movies from last January.
No, fair enough. Yeah. Well, that's believable. It's January. This is, folks, the worst month for movies of the year.
Oh, really? I just think February is worse because right now you're still getting some Oscar bleed over.
Well, that's because in February you're getting like a whole ton of romantic comedies, romantic dramas, romantic everything, and 99% of those suck.
It'll be Sandra Bullock month in February.
Yes, it will.
There's a Sandra Bullock movie. But,
yeah, she's got one coming up.
Oh, we saw the trailer for it.
Yes, we did.
As the guy who saw you fall asleep during this movie and didn't want to wake you up, I'm dying to know what you thought about it.
You know what? The funny thing is, if this had been a movie about 2 guys in competition with each other over some goal, whatever it was, just to the point of being assholes, everybody would look at them as assholes. They might laugh, but they go like, oh, they're being so immature. And every character in the movie would look at them as dicks. In this movie, they do the exact same thing, but everybody's so tolerant and sees them as the heroes. It pisses you off. Now, I will tell you, like, I teetered like going like, hey, maybe it's not that bad, and I could just say rental. But it does skip over into being some old bullshit. Because basically you think, oh, maybe on a date movie you could take your girlfriend to see it. You do not want to take your girlfriend to see a bad romantic comedy. It's all about weddings. It's a great litmus test. If you take her to it and she says, wow, Anne Hathaway or Kate Hudson really reminds me of me, then you know you don't want to get married to this girl.
Wait, I'm just suddenly realizing something. This opens on Friday the 9th, the same day that Revolutionary Road is going wild. I'm starting to get an idea that there's a double feature you could take your lady to absolutely ensure that she'll never ask you to pop the question. In fact, I would guarantee, I'm giving you a no-play guarantee. If you go to this movie or you go to Revolutionary Road, you are not getting any play with your lady.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like, no woman would want to take her guy to see this movie because at the end of the movie, like while the credits are rolling, she's going to look over and see her husband looking at her and be like, you crazy bitch. This ain't happening.
You were saying, Leon, about like, showing these women at their worst and they're the heroes. And if it was reverse, the men. And that's one of the things that makes this so wrong and this sort of thing wrong. These are women acting at their basest instincts. And no matter what it is in a movie, when a woman does that, woman defend it by going, oh, but that's who women are. Fuck you. It's like, fuck you. If you show one guy so much checking out another woman's ass when he's in a relationship, he is the douchebag of the movie. And you know what? Those are our instincts. Go shove it.
I got a question for you. Did you guys feel that this was quite possibly a writer's strike movie? Did
Yeah,
you get that feeling?
It almost had to be.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to forgive it because of that. But
No, I'm not asking you to forgive it. It just has that underwritten feel. It's got that feeling that this script was rushed and thrown into production, and they couldn't have a writer on script set to fix clear issues.
Oh yeah, big gaping issues.
It's very anemic. Well, Mr. Cyrus, what rating did you give it?
Well, he already gave it some old bullshit.
No, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, he
Mr.
did.
Cyrus.
I don't think I did.
Mr. Pretty Cyrus.
Well, it's not a romantic comedy because there ain't no romance in it and there ain't no comedy.
True.
I don't know what the hell it is, but it's some old bullshit regardless of it.
That's too bad because do you remember all of us seeing 13 going on 30?
Sure.
Gary Winnick is the director of Bride Wars. I think
Yeah.
this is the same director of that movie.
but
13
that one was
is not
good.
horrible. It's charming in its own way.
Well,
was
that's what I'm saying.
adorable. This is not.
I hate to hear that he's gone on to do something like this because I like 13 Going on 30. It's one of my favorite romantic comedies.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
It's the one that I always bring up when you say, Corey, you don't like romantic comedy.
Yeah, you bring up the one from 5 years ago.
I like 13 Going on 30.
Well, I mean, for me, it's more sad with Anne Hathaway because after just seeing Rachel getting married,
which is so good.
Yeah.
But
And this
you know,
is so not.
This is one of her Sandra Bullock movies. Like somebody, I'm sure her agent said, "Look, you need to do some of these just in case the indie thing doesn't work out. You can always fall back on this."
That's
yeah,
true.
no. In this movie, because I've always found Anne Hathaway hot, but you start to do things that ugly these girls up, and you realize that Anne Hathaway's eyes are like 2 miles apart
Yeah,
from each
Anne
other.
Hathaway, she's got an interesting look. Like she can be really beautiful, depending on how you look at her.
You can say big nose.
Well, I mean, she's got a big nose, but she's got big eyes and big lips.
She's kind of like an anime character.
Exactly. Yes.
Which is
From
why
certain
she's
angles, she's
hot.
an anime
Damn,
character.
the way you describe it, you make her sound like kind of a hot looking cow.
But she's got eyes
has
like
nice
a cow.
udders.
But yeah, she's an anime. She's a total anime character, except they have tiny noses.
Yeah, she has udders, she has big eyes, she has big lips. I mean, damn, you're gonna realize like she is a cow, really.
Well, it's funny because I was watching that new show Leverage, which has one of the hot chicks from that British show Coupling. And it's this girl who looks awesome from almost every angle except profile. She looks terrible in profile. And Hathaway's the opposite. She can look weird until you see in profile and you go like, that's the most gorgeous chick I've ever seen. And then she turns just 45 degrees and you go like, oh, what are you? What are you?
She's gone from being a cow to an optical illusion.
Okay, so now you're insulting my Anne Hathaway, and I'm going to demand a duel.
I think she's gorgeous. Man.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Me and Leon are
Hey,
going to duel.
don't-
It's going to be pistols at fucking dawn.
No,
dude.
don't get me wrong, Carlyle. If she was here, I'd do it right in front of y'all on the floor.
Yeah, man, I
Don't talk about my Anne that way.
Leon has sex with a cow.
Yeah, well,
Now
she
we
was
have
here,
to
there'd
have
be a whole lot of
pistols at
talking
dawn
going on,
twice.
you know what I'm saying?
you make it
I gotta
sound
cap
like
you twice, motherfucker.
you're making her sound like she's something out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something. Like, damn, man, come on. But I mean, really, I'm. But well,
Teenage
seriously,
Mutant Anne Hathaway. Teenage Mutant Anne Hathaway.
I was actually thinking more like Voltron, but sure.
and I'll form the head with the big cow.
So
eyes.
she's the girl that four guys plug into at once.
Yeah,
Way to go.
and I'll do the head.
Let's form Voltron.
If she
Oh
keeps
God,
doing-
I'm still sore from last night.
If she keeps doing these movies, that might be what we see her in.
Now, see, that is what I'm thinking of when I hear Bride Wars. I'm thinking of like two chicks, like 10 miles high in lingerie, just fighting with each other in the middle of the city.
I would go to gladly overnight screening for.
and I happen to know that Corey read the title of this and not heard it, because otherwise he would have showed up and said, Bride Wars? Shit.
All right, damn
If
it,
Anne
man.
Hathaway and some other hot chick were in this movie,
I didn't see
destroying
this.
Tokyo, yes, that'd be great.
Ooh, Bridezilla.
That would be awesome. I would
Yeah.
see that again and again.
Like the volcano erupts and they're like fighting in molten lava like a mud wrestling match. I'm like, damn, this.
I mean, Keira Knightley flies in like Mothra.
Hey, now you're crossing a fucking line, dude. You back the fuck up.
No. I think we rewrote this movie to make it good.
We did too.
Yeah.
You send out your save the dates? Surprised? Your wedding better watch it. If I were your wedding, I'd be sleeping with one eye open.
You're right. Your wedding will be huge, just like your ass at prom.
Your wedding can suck it.